Harry, Toys R Us is filing for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. and its Canadian stores are going to be following suit, but the company says it'll be business as usual when it comes to toy sales. With the holiday season approaching, brick and mortar stores and online stores are remaining open, but still today's news comes as a shock to many. Last week, Greg McGillis was talking with you, saying it was a mistake to move the Federal Pay Center here to New Brunswick. Well, these new numbers shed some light on how the center been doing. So let's look at them together. According to the documents obtained from the Treasury Board of Canada, 63% of federal employees who get paid through the Miramichi Center are still experiencing delays, and this is a year and a half after the Phoenix pay system was put in place. Now, Harry, as you mentioned, this is the first summer since the province has adopted the stricter new water monitoring guidelines that are in line with federal standards. So let's look at what kind of summer we've had. There was a no swimming advisory at Parley Beach on 8 days this summer and at Murray on 9. The worst days of the summer saw fecal bacteria counts almost 30 times above acceptable standards. Everyone here agrees the events of last summer were alarming, and if the whales are going to keep coming to the Gulf in the summers, it's critical action be taken soon. Gabrielle Fahmy, CBC News, Moncton.
And the CBC's Gabrielle Fahmy joins us from the Moncton newsroom. And Gabrielle, once again, you were inside the courtroom, and once again, some gripping firsthand accounts of what happened that night.
Well, 3 officers died that night and 2 others were wounded. Today, we heard from one of those 2 officers who was injured at the hands of Justin Bourque. It's Constable Eric Dubois. He had just started a night shift that day when the call came in about Bourque, and like all the others, he was sent to the scene. There was a brief moment, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, when Bourque was crossing the street and he was in his sights. This would have been after Bourque killed the first officer, but before he got to the others. And it was a kind of moment where Bourque was close enough that Dubois could see him, but too far to reach because, as we've heard throughout this trial, the officers only had their duty pistols. So really, the RCMP did the best it could with the reality it was living in, also with the bureaucracy that it was facing every step of the way during this process of trying to get carbines for its officers. And lawyers for the RCMP argued that, yes, this kind of event is devastating, but at the same time, how common is it, right? Because New Brunswick had been identified as one of the provinces with the lowest crime rates in Canada, and also at the time, police shootings was not something you would see every day. So the defense argued the RCMP had to weigh its priorities, and carbines was definitely one of them, but there were also others.